Hello everyone, it's day 33 of my journey, and today we're gonna learn about the units like RAM, VH, pixels. We're gonna learn about the max width and the responsive layout. So let's start. Let's create our HTML structure. Let's make one div with class box pixel, and let's give it the content of pixel box. And let's close the tag. Now let's do one more. And let's close it like this. And let's create one more box. We're gonna make our examples with this structure. Let's say it's a box VW. And let's close the div. And let's make one final box. Let's say box RAM, box. And let's close the div. And now let's dive it and show what's the difference between all these metric units. Let's style our first box, our pixel box. So the pixel stays the same size no matter the screen. It's always the same. So when we give it a width of 200 pixels, it will always stay the same. Okay. Now we have our background. We can see the 200 pixel width. And let's give it a padding of 10 pixels and a margin bottom 10 pixels. And now what do we have? We made a mistake somewhere. Here we forgot to use this symbol. Okay. And now we have our first box styled with the pixel unit. It always stays the same. It's not the best practice to use pixel. But pixels now in the modern CSS, the RAM and EM units are used the most because it's easier to make your website responsive with them. And let's continue. Let's oh, we already start box. Let's target the next box, the box %, and let's see how the percent works. So the percent unit, when we use percents, it adapts to its parent width. So let's give it a width of 50%. Background of 2A98F and padding 10 pixels. And you can see, but it's taking the whole space. Make it like this. Have a little bit of margin. And why it's taking the whole space? Maybe I should just write it like this. Let's see. And yeah, now it works. This is how you do it. You just write 50%, like the number with the symbol. And we can see it's taking the 50% of the screen. I think it works good. The percent, we're gonna use it for responsive design as well. It's not a bad unit. I think the pixels are mostly used for when we want to make a border radius or something detail work. But even there, we can use rem or em. So I think if you don't use a lot of pixels, it will be great. And now let's target this box, the vertical width, and it's based on the viewport width. And let's see. Let's give it let's first give it a background color. I think we should always first give a background color. Something like this. And now we have a background color. Never forget to finish your line or the code will break. And now let's give it a width of 30 width. And we can see it's taking the 30% of the viewport width. Okay, that's very useful. We're gonna use this unit a lot. Still, I think the best practice is to use rems, but sometimes the viewport width and viewport height is also, we can give it a height to see, just set the height, 30 VH, and now you can see it's taking 30%. If we give, most of the times we're going to use the 100% VH to take the whole viewing screen, like when we use it for hero sections. And let's give it padding to make everything look good and organized. And let's give a margin bottom 10 pixels. We do the same for every element, so it's just ordered. And we're getting used to write CSS, so every line is a little bit of practice. And now we can, this is very important. So if we open this HTML tag, we will see in the HTML tag the font size. The font size, and it will be like normally it will be 16 pixels. And the RAM units work like this. One RAM is 16 pixels, or the root value of the HTML font size. If this value is 20 pixels, then one RAM will be 20 pixels as well. So very important. It's good to know. And let's see now how to style the RAM box. Let's first target it. We can see here the class box RAM, and let's give it some value like width equals to 20 RAM. And this normally means that this will be 20 RAM multiplied by 16. It means 320 pixels will be this. Let's give the background color so we can see. It should be bigger than the pixel. Let's give this pixel box 300 width, and now this box should be just slightly larger than this box. Let's see if that will be the case. Okay, let's give it a color. Okay, and it has a color now, but we can't see it, so we did something wrong. What we did wrong? Box rem. I think the target is fine with 20 rem. Maybe I really should give first the value in the HTML. Here in the code pen, I guess there is not let's see. Let's give a font size of 16 pixels. Let's see if something changes now. No, it's not changing. What do we do wrong? Let's copy and paste this class. I think it's fine. Did I spell everything correctly? I think everything is correct. But why it's not working? Maybe we should make a full HTML file with oh, HTML shouldn't be here. What the fuck I'm doing? It should be in the HTML here with the tag and everything. But how to add it? Maybe, or maybe we don't have the HTML tag here. Actually, maybe. Let's just make the tag. And let's close it. And now we can style it here. We didn't have the tag at all. Let's now give it the font size. Oh, it was font size. Nice pixels. And let's move this above the rem. Let's see if it's gonna work now. It's not working. Maybe this color, let's change this color to just blue. We can see that the color is changing, but the box is changing actually. Let's make it red. No, it's not changing the color. Why it's not changing? Very strange. Maybe we should ask ChatGPT. Let's ask ChatGPT. I'm gonna copy and paste the code, and I will ask, why is my rem box not showing? Let's make a picture of everything actually, like this. I'm pretty sure ChatGPT will know. And let's see what's the problem, because I'm targeting the RAM. I even gave the HTML tag. Oh, here, guys, look, we forgot to use the finishing symbol here, and I think this broke the code, or maybe not. Actually, no, it's still the same. What? I didn't fucking use the dot, guys. Well, happens. No problem now. This is why we do it. This is why we're learning the CSS. We will get better. Actually, now with the AI, most of the time we're gonna use AI code generators to generate our code, but still we need the deep fundamental knowledge about the code, how it's working, why it's working, so we can really know how to use the AI to generate our code. And okay, guys, we see here the RAM. It's slightly bigger than this box. We can see that 20 RAM is slightly bigger than this pixel box. We can even switch places. Like, let's see. Can we just put it on the bottom? Should that be a problem? Why they look the same width now? Let's increase this array width. It's growing. So I guess the core value of the HTML is 15 pixels here, not 16. Or because we have padding and we have the padding 10 pixels. That's why actually. Yeah, we should just add the padding here. Let's add the padding. 10 pixel. And margin bottom. 10 pixels. And we're done, guys. We worked with every of the, we didn't work with EMs, but it's almost the same as the RAMs. And let's now make one responsive hero section. We're done here with the basics of the units. Let's make one hero section now and try to make it responsive. Let's create a section with the class equals hero, and inside we're gonna have one div block with class container. This will contain our content inside the section, and inside let's make one heading and write responsive hero section. And let's close the tag. And what else do we need inside? One paragraph maybe. Let's write this section scales with RAM units and max width. And let's close the paragraph. You should always use slash when closing. And let's create one button for the call to action and give it the attribute CTA. And with text inside, get started. And sorry guys, let's close the button. Okay. And we close the div block, close the section. I normally always close the section first so I don't forget, but okay. And now we have a heading, a paragraph, and a button. And now let's try to make this responsive. This is how to do it. Are there where I can check different devices here? I'll ask ChatGPT how to check it. And now let's start building our responsive container. Let's target the container. Always start with the dot, don't forget. Super important. Let's add max width. Give it 800 pixels. And margin should be auto. That way it's gonna position relative to the space of the content. It's gonna position nicely. And let's give a padding of 2 rem, so the container has a padding. Now let's target the section. Let's target the section. We're gonna make this challenge in Webflow as well, and we're gonna see how the how it looks on the different devices. If 10 I wonder if I should use the code pen. I think we can use the HTML directly in Webflow as well. But here everything is looks good. Very organized. HTML here, CSS here. Won't be the case in Webflow when you try to make the custom code. No, it's not. This is the way. Let's give it 2 rem. So apparently you can give the padding this way. You write the first value. For the, I think this is horizontal, this is vertical. Let's give color and we're gonna see. Ground. Be a gray background. One. Yeah, gray back. So this is the horizontal thing. Oh, oh. The vertical. Okay. And this is the viewport height. Oh, it's for the vertical. It's a vertical sizing unit. And what else should we do? Let's go This responsive padding should, because we're using the VH and RAM, it's not pixel. We use the pixel only for the container because this is the only thing we we want to be the same, the 800 pixels. And let's target the H1 heading. Give it a font size of 0.5 rem. Okay. Let's give it a little margin column, like 1 rem. So when we're using rem, it scales with the root font size. You can make all the changes even if you want directly from the root. If we change the root font size of the HTML, uh, everything is going to change. And I think there is some extensions that do exactly this. They're changing the root and the site becomes fluid responsive. Super important. I'm not actually 100% sure that it works that way, but makes sense. Now let's target the paragraph. Give it a size 5 rem. You can see, guys, we should always use the rem units for line height, which is a percentage, 1 point margin rem. I think have a nice styling for the title and the in the paragraph. And now let's style our button. Target yay. We can target the button like this or like this. But when we already gave a class CTA, we should always use class. That's why I did it. Point 7 F color white padding point rem to rem vertical, and this is the horizontal. And order, there won't be order. Order. Let's give another color. This color you can see changing, changing. Of course, with row. Here, you don't have to have the DS here. Works. Yeah. For the radius, 6 pixels. I think it looks very small, this button. Let's make it 1 rem, 3 rems. Padding, get bigger. Rem. Actually, I didn't. I wasn't using my vertical rem. Okay, now it's good. Good. The row. Don't forget to finish the rows, guys. Look, sometimes I do it. This is because of the lack of experience. Let's get and that's gonna make it responsive. Max. And now we did everything. Practice how you should something responsive. So pixels are fixed. Rem is scalable. That's why we rem percent and viewport width create responsive widths. Max width is essential for clean container layouts. So that's why we're using width. Rem-based spacing gives consistent scaling. Viewport height makes section vertically responsive. Combining rem and percent makes UI elements adapt to different screens. Okay. This is exactly how we build responsive hero sections, containers that stay centered, text that scales on mobile, Webflow layouts that do not break. That's what we want. And show you guys this in Webflow. It's gonna be super easy. Naturally, should or just go with another CSS challenge. Plus, it's very easy to work with. You just make this structure real quick in Webflow and just style panel. Just add all these values to these classes. I think we're done for today, guys. This will be the video for today. I'm gonna dive much deeper into CSS. So I'm gonna do a lot of videos about CSS, at least like 10 videos. I think this is the fundamentals, guys. Who must know how to write CSS. Even as a Webflow developer, you, you should know it. We're basically writing CSS with the style here and the HTML. But sometimes if we want to make something custom, we should be able to work with the code without fear. I'm gonna do this series. I'm gonna get get not just the basic CSS knowledge, but at least intermediate. I think intermediate is fine for now. And that's it, guys. See you in the next video. Thank you for watching. Bye bye.